What's up? Today's project is this here set of Tama Superstars. As you can see here, they're super rough and have been repainted not only on the shells, but the hardware and lugs as well. The kit consists of a 14 by 5.5 8 lug snare drum, a 12 by 9 rack tom. The second rack tom is a 13 by 10, a 16 by 16 inch floor tom, and a 22 by 18 inch bass drum. All the toms and snare come with the Tama die-cast hoops, and the rack toms are equipped with the StarCast mounting system. The badges were chewed up, so these stickers will stay inside to help ID the kit. And just like every other project, I start with tearing down the kit to the bare shells. With everything apart, I can focus my attention on cleaning the paint off these chrome lugs. First, removing the swivel nuts on all the lugs before soaking them in hot soapy water. Since the paint is already chipping off the chrome, this was surprisingly easy to accomplish with the help of some steel wool and a little bit of elbow grease. I also had to remove the rubber pads off the base claws before soaking them. For the more stubborn and caked on paint, a little acetone in with the hot water did the trick. It was about 2 days in total to get everything cleaned up and back to par. After the lugs, it was just getting the hoops apart to do the same process with them. And finally, after a 3-week wait and bitching at the post office, my wraps have finally arrived. I ended up picking this wrap since it closely resembled some of the Superstar Classic finishes that I've been seeing online. Getting to it, I laid the wraps face down for a bit to flatten out before applying some glue. Just a nice even coat all over the wrap, as well as some on the shell I did off camera. The key is to let this stuff dry for about 15 to 20 minutes before applying it on the shell and working my way slowly around and rolling it along the way. I should mention before gluing, it's also good to mark and clock your wrap so that you can make any pattern or wood grains line up the best as possible. This also ensures that your overlap falls close to or underneath a lug. After letting the wraps dry a full 24 hours, it was on to trimming them along the bearing edges. To do this, I simply take a razor blade on a paint stir stick and guide it around the drum, cutting off the wrap to expose the edge to ensure good contact for the heads. There are variations of this process. This is just the one I choose to do and what works well for me. And after one side, I simply flip the drum and repeat. Same thing with all the other shells until done. Before I can get to replacing the lugs and any other mounts onto the shells, I need to use a hole punch to poke through where the holes need to be for the screws. Going in with a step bit on my drill to clean it all up. And with all the holes drilled on all the shells, it was time to put everything back on. I simply used what I had around the house and just did the inside since I had wraps to go on the outside. Totally forgot, but the floor tom only had one leg mount when I got it. To solve that problem, I stole the two off the rack tom mounts to make a complete set. Sourcing some replacement mounts from a local place, I replaced them and they fit perfectly. Last but not least, to complete the look of the kit, the air vent grommets. After putting on a fresh set of Remo heads, it was out with the old, a quick cleanup, and in with the new. Okay, so maybe it was a lot cooler in my head than it actually was back there on the drums. Sorry about that. Shall we continue? All jokes and crappy drumming aside, I am happy with how this kit turned out. It was a pretty straightforward process in doing the work, it just took a lot of time to do it. Even longer was the journey that the wraps were on to get here, taking almost a month in total. But in all, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button if you already haven't, so I can start bringing you guys more content on more drums. And until next time, drums, drums, drums.